7 DOT.
Well, you're sounding pretty good there for quieting. Okay, 7 West to us.
Okay, I'm on right now. This is radio 7 DOT.
That transmission was a bit scratchy, but the audio is good.
Give me a memento, please. Yeah, 7 DOT. How's that, John?
You're back in business. That sounds perfect.
That's the mag mount on top of the cookie sheet on my kitchen table. My antenna died again. It screwed up. I don't know what happened. But they're going to replace that one. Okay, for the DOT.
They need to buy a diamond or a comet.
Yeah, that was a diamond, and I had a comet. They both messed up. I just had a really luck, what can I tell you?
Supply chain.
I thought you had one of those tram knockoff AK1 Lima Hotel. Can't hold it up. I looked at stuff here, but after AK1LH.
I'll tell you, the support for you guys is fantastic. I appreciate it. I'm going to call up HRO Monday morning, and I'm going to have that antenna replaced. Everything else works fine. I've done secondary antennas, checked the coax, everything is fine. It's the antenna that's a piece of poopy. It screwed up, and I took it down. My buddy came down and helped me out. Took it out to the garage. It says that there's no water damage whatsoever. Everything is pristine, clean, clear, and shiny. The antennas just don't work no more.
I can tell you it's probably the capacitors that have failed, and that's a common issue with some of them. We get some people and not others. Anyway, I've got to split help back after AK1LH.
Yeah, that's what we came up with. So, being that it's 6 months old, they're going to give me a new one. Yeah, send them to DOG. I got to take care of stuff real quick. Be back in a little bit. It's great hearing from you guys. More to come. Okay, send them to DOG.
Sounds good, you two. I'm just hanging out. Okay, 7 West to it.
Continuing, this is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society Always Machine on Dave 87 EYM. The Western Washington Amateur Television Society is a group of amateur radio enthusiasts that took to the airwaves with mass scan television. We have a repeater located on Cougar Mountain. We transmit on 70 centimeters with the crossband repeater and spits out images at 1.2 gigahertz. We also stream our nets on the internet. To find that location, just Google WW7ATS, WW7ATS. That'll take you to our home page. There you'll see how to stream the video and also the frequencies that we transmit on and a little bit about our club. So for that, I'm going to pause in case anybody needs to make a contact or an emergency contact on the OA machine before our net gets fully underway this evening. Dave 87 EYM. Moving on, again, this is Dave 87 EYM, and this is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society net. Checked in by video link already is Ron 87 QKU. We have Bert M7CS. We have Bob K9PQ. Richard K7ITX. Wade W7ITL. Jim M7QO. Myself, Dave, 87 CYM, and John, EK2, APU. Anybody else wish to check into the net this evening? And I see that WU7N has checked into the net. So let's start off the net again with Ron, 87 QKU.
Okay, well thank you very much, Dave. This is Ron, KD7QKU. I'm coming to you from Tacoma, Washington. Well, we had quite an afternoon. Wade came over and spent the afternoon crawling around underneath my house. Pulled in 2 coaxes and I had drilled holes in the floor, and we got them fished up through the holes in the floor, and then I hooked them up to the radio. I'd been, working on mag mounts sitting on the floor and stuff. I don't have to do that anymore. Hope I sound all right. I should. I want a nice big antenna outside. And then he hooked up some Cat 5 cables, so I have the Grand Stream running. The picture looks pretty good tonight. So maybe a little bit later I'll show some old video. I just want to see how everything's working. And for those of you that haven't seen my house, I'll just show a little bit of video of my house. It was sure nice of Wade to give me and donate his time. I mean, time's something you can never get back to anybody, when they give you time, you can't return it. It's gone, but it sure was nice of him to do that for me. I appreciate it. All right, back to that, 87 QKU.
87 QKU, thanks for that. Let's go to base, M7CX.
I need to... Sorry, I had to mute the YouTube stream. Yeah, Ron, your new antenna sounds great. It sounds like from the way it was at your old house, so you were very clear and crisp. So it's good to hear, and thanks, Wade, for helping Ron out with that. Let's see. Today I was at the Everett Astronomical Society Club. I gave a presentation about the November 2012 total solar eclipse that was in Australia. My wife and I had been on the cruise ship there to see the eclipse, and the presentation had been sitting on my laptop for 9 years, and I never actually gave it. So the club was looking for people for presentations, so I finally pulled out my 9-year-old presentation and gave it. So that was fun. And then, my wife got her COVID booster shot earlier today. and I'll be getting mine tomorrow morning at 10:30. Once I heard those things were going to be available for everybody, I went ahead and booked them last week as soon as I heard that before I got too full. So hopefully, well, I guess as long as my wife isn't sick tomorrow from the booster, then I'll go get mine. So anyway, this is Bert and Marisol in 7CS. Back to that.
In 7CS, let's go to Jessica. AS7 UHK.
AS7 UHK, no fruit cut for me. I'm a little bit late tonight. That's a Mel Brooks movie reference. Let's see. Eclipse. I was trying to think of where we went to, but we saw the eclipse down there in Idaho, lower Idaho, down by Craters of the Moon, and we camped all the way down there and camped all the way back, and had a great time. It was really something. Some folks from NASA, I guess, came and to watch it from where we were at. We were at Arco, Idaho. That's where we were at, and that was just phenomenal. They came out and gave a little talk. We didn't make it to the talk. I think we were making chili or something. Had a good time with that. Let's see. We went up to our house up in Mount Vernon today and buried our water catchment system for half of our roof. So when it gets all rainy, we'll have a 50-gallon barrel that we buried in the ground that will collect all our water. And we have a pump, like a sump pump, that we took with us from our boat, so that we can use it to hook up to a sprinkler or something like that. And so we were really happy about that because it was a lot of work. There had been some water collected in the hole we made, and we had to figure out how to put this thing in and have it stay down because it was also lightweight and it wanted to bob up from the water in the hole because it was plastic. So we had to pump the water out first, put it down in there, fill it with rocks all around it we had taken out as we were digging our hole, and then packed it down with dirt, filled it with a little bit of water to kind of offset the buoyancy. So with that, I'm going to pass it back because I'm babbling too much. This is KS7 UHK.
KS7 UHK. Let's go to Port Angeles to Lee in 7KC.
Connected N7KC.
The repeater ID you.
Very confusing. I'll have to get another headset. Back in Dave and 7KC in Port Angeles.
And 7KC in Port Angeles. Thanks for that. Let's go to Bob, K9PQ.
Okay, well, YouTube was completely unwatchable for me tonight, so I just turned it off. So I hope I'm getting through. I hope somebody sees me if somebody's watching live. If nobody's watching live, we're in big trouble. Oh, it looks like James sees me, so good. And Wade. Ron, you sound great tonight, and good job to Wade on getting you hooked up. That's, you got a good setup there. Congrats, Bert, on being able to get the booster. Yeah, I was lucky, I suppose, because I had Johnson & Johnson, only the single shot. They considered it to be like a second shot rather than a booster, so as soon as the authorization came down to get the second Johnson & Johnson, they said everybody could, so I didn't have to wait. That was nice. Jessica, you'll just have to get earlier. If you want to get that fruit cup, you'll have to get there earlier. And Lee, you sounded okay. Once we started hearing you, you sounded fine, but it sounds like you were not getting good sound coming back to you, so I'm not sure what was going on there either, but it's good to see everybody. And John, VK2ATU, this is my first time seeing you via Zoom, so welcome. I'm pretty sure you've been here before several times, but I've been away myself, so nice to have you with us. With that, I'll set it back. This is K9PQ.
K9PQ, thanks for joining the net. And for ID, this is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society net on the 08 machine on Dave K7CYM. Let's go to Richard, K7ITS.
Okay, well, I got a little switching here to do, but seem to be very systematic about it. Yeah, there's an issue with Echolink. Even John in Australia tried to hook up and couldn't, and then your call sign said you were hooked up, but then we couldn't hear you. So except they could hear you because I put my microphone up to my speaker and we could hear you talking, but then that created an echo. So anyway, I do have a video I'd like to show everyone. I'll put it on the screen. You could just stand by a second, and eventually, I see, I don't know if it's, I switched Grandstream over to me, so it should be coming up in a second anyway. Let me get the video queued up here.
Unfortunately, Grandstream's running about 6 minutes behind.
Okay, well, anyway, it'll catch up, and eventually, so everybody will be able to see this on YouTube, just behind schedule. Anybody that is watching in real time will see this. This is the Bellingham flood I was talking about last week, and or on Wednesday anyway. And what I thought was a waterfall in a river was actually a road. So this is the view that I was looking at this, and I thought, geez, I don't remember a river or stream here coming down to the harbor in Bellingham like this. But then, as I looked a little bit more, and then the notes of Squalicum Way, I thought, oh my God, that's really a road, not a river. And it just blew my mind. I lived in Bellingham for about 5 years, so you can see a car kind of stuck there in the background now. But this is just an underpass for the railroad that runs between Vancouver, British Columbia, and down the west coast. But my God, I would never think. And then you can kind of see up here. You can see the striping for the road there. I just never in my wildest dreams thought that I would ever see Bellingham like this. So anyway, I thought it'd be fun to show this. So with that, I'll turn the video off and get things switched around and send it back to net control, and I'll be anybody who can't get in over 2 meters, whether it be Echolink or whatever, I'll ask you to unmute so I can
show you over the low rig, and I'll put the microphone next to the speaker. With that, K7ITX back to net control.
K7ITX, it's good as they come to Wave, W7ITL.
W7ITL. Tonight I'm transmitting over Grandstream, and as you can see, my video's coming in there pretty good. Yeah, let me see, let's get to the comments. Later this afternoon, I stopped by Ron's, earlier this afternoon, I stopped by Ron's house and helped him with a few things. Helped him bring his cabling into his house for his two antennas, one for his antenna that he's got hooked up in his kitchen and another in his office. And then I helped him run an Ethernet cable from his router to his Grandstream, which was in the other room. I ran it under the pores. Let's see. Rain barrel, I saw Jessica something about that. I think maybe that's for pumping water out. I'll have to hear more about that in the next round. And Bert, sounds like your wife has got her COVID-19 booster. I don't know which one variant that is, if that's the Pfizer or if that's the Moderna. And good luck for tomorrow when you go get yours. Let's see. Oh wow, that flood in Bellingham, Richard, that is crazy. I didn't know that it got that bad. I know that the north end of Washington has been just getting hammered with floods. So that's crazy that it's so bad there. And I think that's all I got for this round. This is W7ITL, back to net.
W7ITL, wait, thanks for that. Let's get it up, 720.
M7QO. Thank you, Dave. Well, good evening, everyone. Good to see you. I'm still transmitting from the house rather than from the shack, so I'm not transmitting any pictures yet. I need to make some changes, but I don't know, I have to wait until I'm a little bit more able to do so. Ron, yes, I agree, your audio is good now. Wade, thanks for the assist there. Bert, I was thinking about you just the past couple of days here. We had an eclipse. Could not see it because it was overcast skies. But thanks for doing a presentation to the Astronomy Club anyway. Bob, well, I was going to say I saw your picture briefly on Zoom earlier, but then you disappeared, but now you're back, so good to see you. Dick, thanks for the pictures. Yeah, the flooding has been really terrible around here lately. Fortunately, I'm on a pretty high hill, so I don't have any concerns here. But I've certainly been watching the television, and it's been truly miserable. Let's see, what else can I say? Oh, the COVID boosters. Let me reset real quick. Yeah, so I got my 2 shots. Turned out it was the Pfizer back in, I got the second one, I think, the end of February. And so they said that I was eligible to get a booster, which I had some reaction to the Pfizer vaccination. And apparently the medical industry knows about it, so I'm not the only one that experienced that, unfortunately. But they recommended that for my 3rd injection, that I get the Johnson & Johnson. So I did that. When was it? It wasn't this past weekend. Must have been the previous weekend. And I'm not sure how effective that will be, honestly, from what I've seen on the television, particularly regarding protection from the variants. But we'll see. Anyway, I did that. And when I went there, the nurse told me that because I'm immunocompromised. She said 3 injections would be considered a full vaccination for me, and she said I actually should get a 4th injection. Well, you have to keep in mind I'm not particularly fond of needles, but anyway, I plan to run that by my doctor. I have at least a few weeks to wait before I can do that anyway. I don't know how many months it is. I heard 8 months, I heard 9 months, I heard 6 months, I heard 2 months, depending upon which injections you get. So we'll see. Anyway, what a mess. Back to 10-7QO.
10-7QO-10, thanks for that. And again, for ID, this is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society net-on-the Oasis machine. I'm Dave, 87UYM. Let's go to James, WU7ATS in Bellevue.
Good evening, all. I just read today in one of my feeds that France has identified yet another new variant, and I guess Germany's kind of getting their butts kicked. I thought it was interesting. Their health minister, their chief Nacho of healthhood, or whatever it is called in Germany, describes the situation in Germany as like a super tanker that's heading towards the rocks. He says all we can do now is maybe turn the bow a little bit so it hits sideways. And I thought Jessica would especially find that one amusing. He obviously thought a Mariner. That did not buoy my confidence in the overall plan here, but maybe it was supposed to. I'm not sure. Anyway, Bert, so you're doing a presentation and you left us out. Well, my gosh. Now you're on the hook for a whole presentation for us, too. And Jessica, being next to the NASA guys watching in the clips, I can imagine what that was like. A couple years back when we all did normal things, I went out to middle of Idaho for a precision long-range ballistics meet, and the person that I was with forgot the major screws for the very fancy table that we're supposed to set up all of our equipment on. And the guys next to us were sponsored by Cabela's. So I was going around looking for rope to tie everything in position, and I'm not making this up. They actually built, little carpenters with little carpenter hats and carpenter belts on. They built an entire station right next to us. And we took a picture of that. I'll have to go and find it because the contrast was pretty comical. Anyway, I want to say welcome again to John. Glad you could join us again. Hope you can hear us and see something. And let's see, boosters. Well, my goodness, we're all going to get boosters, and I'm told that soon we'll have to wear a solid white blouse with the scarlet letter U on it. Now, I don't know if the village children will be allowed to mock us or not. Not as good as a food cup, but that too has a literature reference. On the 1.2 gig tonight is it's a big picture. I'm trying to figure out why some nights 1.2 comes through so well. I guess it's wind and rain dependent. But I'm not sure what's going on with that. Thank you very much, Richard, for the video. I'm curious to know if that was a drone shot or helicopter, or if where that video came from. It was obviously an air shot. And the last thing, what do you imagine the last thought of the people in those two vehicles was as they bailed out and swam for it? I'm guessing it was, wow, this water is deeper than I thought. But I don't know. Let's throw that out to the video. What do you think the last thought would be? As you roll your window down, the water pours in, and you barely escape with your life. So that's it for me, James in Bellevue, Washington, northwest corner of the U.S. Whiskey Uniform, 7 November. Take it away, Dave.
WU7M, James. Boy, even though it was a tropical rainstorm that came in, I think you would say, my, this water is chilly. You got out of your car. It didn't have any tropical feelings to it at all. And here in Lake City, I got 38 degrees, and it's clear and chilly outside. Let's see, I spent a few hours today installing an Aspen Eco tank printer. That was pretty exciting. It's up and it's running and hooked to Wi-Fi. And the interesting thing was, you go through this they sent you to YouTube to see how to install the printer. Then on YouTube it said you need to put in the name of your router and your password and all of that. Then they said, oh, by the way, there's an easier way. You just say, please connect to Wi-Fi, and it actually did it, and you didn't have to put in your router name or your password. I don't know how they extracted that, but anyway, it got over to the printer and it printed out. So that was kind of interesting. And I got rid of about 3 Apple boxes and stuff to Goodwill today. So I felt that the attic is moving to a little bit of, well, actually it still looks pretty damn cluttered. And did some domestic chores today. And in regards to the flood, you know, with the chip shortage and new cars not being able to be on the market and used cars being a priority, I don't know if I want to buy a used car in this flood-prone area. The cars got dried out, so boy. And used cars are going for a premium price. I guess they could be waterlogged. Anyway, no chance for me buying a used waterlogged car from the Pacific Northwest. And this is Jim Dave, KD7CYM in Lake City. And let's go with Big GX, DK2, ATU, John.
Okay, yeah. Okay, good afternoon, guys. Thanks for the invitation to join your net and to Bob there, and the guys that gave me away. So it's 25 past 3 Sunday afternoon here. It's about 60 degrees outside, which is quite cool for this time of year for us, which is really summer. And we're having our share of flooding here too, not in the city that I live in, Sydney, but more out in the rural areas. Quite a few of the rivers are overflowing, and we get a lot of the excess rain actually from the Indian Ocean. There's a jet stream that runs from west to east over Australia very, very high, and it brings a lot of moisture right across the most arid parts of the country, where it very rarely falls, but it dumps it on the east coast of Australia, and that's what's happening today. It's an effect that switches around from South America to Australia every so many years, called El Nino or El Nina, depending on the temperature of the Pacific Ocean, who gets the rain and who doesn't. Anyway, very interesting. We mainly do just RF, ATV here. We've got a repeater in Sydney and one in the northern, down Melbourne, the other largest city in Australia. And this is only the second time I've been on your net, but I have been on many times with the WW7ATS guys there, and we started on BACC stream, but the time delay is a bit annoying there. Seems to be works more better. There's another type of streamer too, I don't know if you, well, not streamer, but a program like this called Jitsi, JITSI, where you don't need to install any software. You can just send somebody an email link, because a lot of people are not keen on installing software that could be spying on them. So Jitsi, JITSI, that works all well. Well, back to you, David, the next controller, VK2 ATU, standard by.
Thank you, John. VK2 ATU. So let's move up to the top of the list again and pick up Ron, 87, VKU in Tacoma.
Okay, thank you, Dave. Hello to the group again. Hello to John. I didn't say hello to John first time around. This is Ron, KD72KU. Well, I did take some notes. It's 37 degrees here on my thermometer, Dave. And the one on the kitchen on the north side of this one's on the south side. The one on the north side is usually a little bit warmer. I would almost think it'd be the other way around, but it's a difference in the thermometers, I guess. And let's see, Bert, maybe
is there any way you could show us some of that video of that you were showing in your program? It might be nice to see. And let's see. Jim and he shot. If I understood correctly, Jim, you said you had Pfizer before, and this time you got Johnson & Johnson. I guess that's okay. But I was kind of surprised to hear that. And the streaming is really, really slow as far as I can see tonight. So I don't know if it's worthwhile trying to show any video or not on that. Jessica digging a hole in the ground, put a 55-gallon drum in the ground. That's a lot of work. And I wonder how long that much water would last on a sprinkler. It'll be interesting to see how. Someone was suggesting that I do that over here, but I'm not up to digging any holes in the ground. I'd have to hire someone else to dig them. They're kind of expensive sometimes. Yeah, and I said the streaming was really, really slow, so I guess I won't show any pictures. And now, does anyone have any idea why our streaming all of a sudden has gotten so slow? Sort of shaking his head. That's too bad. It's kind of like it used to be. A couple of years ago it was real, real bad. Then like it got fixed. It's much better now. Let's see. John, of course, we're in winter over here. We're approaching winter. Late fall. I think what do we have? 21 days or 24 days or something till we can actually, the calendar says we're in winter. We've had a lot of rain, as you can tell, maybe from the picture. The flooding up north, that's probably about 90 miles north of where I live, where that flooding taken place. And it was really bad. Those rivers up there overflowed. The one town, they built this wall, and they built it out of, let me let it drop. Apparently they do the same thing in Holland, I think I heard them say. And so they put these, I guess you'd call them I-beams in the ground and cement, and then they stacked up, I would say, these steel planks. Well, maybe they're aluminum, I don't know if they were steel, but they were, 6, 8 inches, 10 inches wide, and then they were able to tighten them, pull them down, and I guess they made that wall, 6 feet high? And it kept the scattered river out of the town. Yeah, I forget how much it cost. I don't know how long the wall was, but it's quite long, and it cost like $1 billion. A bunch of money anyway to build, but it worked. It saved the town. So that was pretty ingenious, but like I say, I think they use the same thing in Holland. I think we're going to see a lot more of it up there in that area probably in the next couple of years. All right, enough of that. Go back to that KD7QKU. KD7QKU, thank you very much. This is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society. Machine on 287 EYM. It's pretty Jessica, KX7UHK, our water recycler.
I figured there were some folks who originally said, we don't want to pay that much for that contraption. I'm probably saying, hey, worked really well, because there's rubber gaskets on those. They're aluminum, and gosh, this thing, when they put in the upper part of it, it was like 12 feet high. So I stand there, I could barely get my hand up to the top of it, so I couldn't get my camera over it, so I went somewhere else to go get pictures of that river when it was actually up to probably about my chest, standing next to where normally you could sit and watch fireworks last year, this last summer. So it's a really great system. Now the little town of Hamilton, I think they've complained, there's up Highway 20 a ways, they've complained because the diking system and the berming system doesn't make it that far. And so I think they might still be evacuated out of that little town, which is kind of encircled by the river. So not too good. The folks that got caught with their cars down there, that flood Richard, they're probably saying, oops. That's my submission is they probably said, oops. Fruit Cup, that's from the High Anxiety movie where Mel Brooks kind of pokes fun at all the Hitchcock movies, like I think Psycho is
it was really tiring after with a lot of other things thrown in. I was thinking, Dave, if you need more stuff, I have more things. Because I haven't seen any good ham fest for a while. I've got some extra things that I don't want and that nobody else wants. So if you want anything, I can bring it right down. I've probably got an apple box I can put it into for you. So make it classy. Let's see. And the last thing is, let it drop real quick here. On our way home from New Hampshire, we had our nice big cell phone that we could watch movies from on the Alaska Airlines after you get up about 10,000 feet. But it was a 6-hour flight with the heads on us, so it was going to be kind of a slow flight home. And so I think we watched the movie. We didn't bring any headphones on that. I was too cheap to buy any headphones from the Alaska folks, so we put on the closed caption and watched some Marvel movie, and it wasn't very good without the sound effects and stuff like that, so it was pretty awful. But then we watched 2001: Space Odyssey. I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but I did all the voices and all the music while we were flying along, because I loved that movie. I saw it when it came out in '68, and what a wonderful movie. They didn't have all the fancy computers when that movie came out. It was all like traditional effects and back screen lit things. Pretty neat. And the last thing, I think that's about it. So I'm going to pass it back. KF7 UHK.
KF7 UHK. Well, let's try Lee again. 17AC in Port Angeles. See if we're having any better luck. Looks like Richard's ready to relay Lee's audio. Am I okay now? Alright, well, I don't know what's going on. The audio seems to be really low on Echo Link tonight. I didn't say hello to John, way down under. Good to see him. Good to see you tonight. I really don't have much to add. I just been feeling with the stuff here, trying to figure out where we can go. I had my earbuds in the first time, and maybe that contributed, I don't know. But anyway, the audio is just pretty low on Echo Link here. I don't know if that's a problem or not. And I gather that John is getting in I think Richard, as I understand it, because I don't see him showing up on the Echo Link. So at least Echo Link is getting me in. I'm not hearing it so well. Anyway, I don't really have anything to add to the net, except to tell Bruce that Ron Sam is a very personal friend of mine. He's been the Everett Astronautical Party for years. In fact, I'm the one that got him started in astronomy a long time ago, and he just went through town. So anyway, they have a lot of star parties in his place up at Three Lakes. Good place to go. Anyway, with that, I'll send it back to you, Dave, at 17C in Port Angeles. 17C. Speaking of star power, let's go to first, M7CS.
Okay, well let's see, this is like a full house tonight. I think we've got just about everyone other than I think maybe Gary is missing, and hopefully I'm not forgetting anybody else. And then Ron, the grand stream is really laggy today. Before the net, I sent an email to Rob to ask if he had any ideas as to what could be going on, but didn't hear anything back yet, but maybe we'll get something later from him. And so James and Ron as well were asking about the presentation. Well, maybe I'll try to do my 30-minute presentation in 2 minutes, so let's see if this works. Let me try to share my screen. Okay, let me switch to Keynote. Let me hit play. Hopefully you guys can see this. Let's see, are you guys able to see the presentation here? Okay, I see some. Okay, let me try to minimize. Well, I can't minimize this. It's not letting me do. Why is it? Okay, well, I'm just going to go through it. Okay, so this is Australia. I was there for 4 days and 11 days at sea. Here's what Sydney looks like. Here's the Sydney Harbour Bridge, and you see people walking on the top of it at the very middle there. This is me and Samantha on top of the Sydney Harbor Bridge. Again, on top of the bridge. This is the Sydney Observatory, which is incidentally within walking distance of both like the downtown area and in the Opera House. I didn't know they had an observatory in the middle of all these skyscrapers off to the side of it. Here's more about the time ball that's on top of the Sydney Observatory. More about the time ball. Oh yeah, they've been doing this thing almost uninterrupted for 162 years until 2020 when COVID killed the time ball. But hopefully it'll come back in 2022. Transit telescope that they use for keeping time there. I want to let it drop for a second. Okay, more pictures of the transit scope. Pictures of the big telescope in there. It's cool to see the dome of the observatory. It's like different kind of tiles of different, like, I don't know, different materials or something all kind of in there. Oh, and then this guy on the right-hand side here, the surprise guest, it was like Brian Cox. He's one of those astronomers that shows up in TV all the time. I gave a history lesson to people about Captain Cook. Let's see, more history about Sir Thomas Brisbane and how he liked to do stuff in astronomy. I'm like just going super fast through this. In Brisbane's telescope. Worry, another one. Here's some glows that spin. I showed videos of these for the real thing. And then here's like a meteorological station off the coast of Australia that we went to. What the ship did for the eclipse party. They had an inflatable planetarium in the middle of the ship on the cruise ship that we were on. We had 2 minutes and 8 seconds of totality. Here's people looking at the eclipse on the ship. And here's some photos from the cruise line took of the eclipse as it was happening in 2012. So, boom, boom, boom. There we go. Got the full corona. There's some nice pink stuff on it. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, and that's it. No, that's it. No, there's one more. That's it. Okay, so that was my 30-minute presentation in 2 minutes. This is Bert Mercer, 170 back to net.
Hey, Bert, can you show us the picture of Samantha and you on the bridge again? Joanne came in and she missed that.
Okay, yeah, let me bring that back. Just a second here. Okay, play. Oh, my computer is going really slow going backwards through this stuff. Almost there. Okay, yeah. So, whoa, now it's going crazy on me. I think I broke my computer. Okay, there we go. So that's the top of the Sydney Harbor Bridge. This is me and Samantha on top of the bridge with downtown Sydney or whatever, City Center City, whatever they call it there. And then there's the Opera House over our shoulders over there. So that's it. In 70th, back to that.
Thank you, she said. That's great. Down to Bob, 2922.
Okay, very good. Well, I have a lot of notes, but first note is to Ron. Ron, people are watching the stream live. Some people are, so you should still put your video up there. YouTube is slow, but I don't think GrandStream is slow. Maybe it's slow as well. I do think the problem is something to do with internet from the site because the GrandStream control web page is very slow to update, and it usually isn't. So I think that might be where the bottleneck is, but I don't know for sure. Jessica, Craters of the Moon, that is a very fitting place to watch an eclipse. I like that. Well, a lunar eclipse. Very nice. My brother Don lives in Bellingham, and he had pictures of the flood, and yeah, we were all just really shocked by that. That's something I never thought I would see in my lifetime. It just didn't seem like a place that would flood like that. Let's see, what else have I got? As far as the flooding, yeah, it would have to be a flood of biblical proportions to flood here. I'm about 200 feet up a 300-foot hill, and so I don't really see that happening. And as for the people in the car, I think the thought they had, close to what Jessica said, I think it was, I think that was it. What else have I got here? Dave, the 3 boxes going to the Goodwill. Now, you have to clarify here, is that the net 3 boxes, or you may have to subtract the boxes whether you brought home from the Goodwill. And John, thanks for translating to Fahrenheit for us so we didn't have to get our calculators out. And I guess that's it for now.
back to that K9PQ.
K9PQ back. Thanks for that. Let's go to Richard, J7ATS.
Golly, what a lot of great stories, and Bert, another great, basically home movies again. That's 2 nights in a row. That's fantastic. So thanks for that, Bert. That's pretty cool, and I'm sure VK2 John recognized probably just about everything you had to show us. So that's pretty funny. So anyway, I've been bashing it all this week. Debbie has been helping her sister get squared away in the suburbs of Dallas, Texas. She had just moved and bought a house down there just in the last 3 or 4 weeks, and so she'll be Debbie will be coming back. That's the YL will be coming back on Monday. So it's been quite the challenge holding down the fort with the cat and the dog and running my part-time business, which in fact has culminated in major success. One of my main goals when I started this recent stint was to get 2 major projects with metal flowing from the supplier to the job, and I did the first one successfully about 3 weeks ago, and the second one I scored, got everything approved. Did have to put down the heavy hammer though. When they started to get a little queasy, I said, okay, I'll put everything on hold then. And then okay. And so they didn't want to be the person that delayed this, schedules are everything in construction, I'm telling you. So it was not put on hold, and all the metal actually the metal's going to be available this Wednesday, so how's that for action? With that, KD70A and K7ITX, back to net control.
K7ITX, thanks for that. Let's go to Wade, W7ATS.
didn't hear a single word. You weren't transmitting. Can you hear me? KD7QKU, you were not transmitting, Wade. I'm sorry, you're going to have to tell your story all over again.
I know what happened. It timed out. I tried transmitting, and I couldn't break through either. So somehow it timed out, Wade, and you were not transmitting.
Yeah, I think we've lost Wade again. Let's try Jim, N7QO, with a little more luck.
N7QO, thank you, Dave. Well, let's see here. John, hello and welcome. Saw you a couple times before, but I'm sorry you haven't seen me yet. I got to get my act together here. And along those lines, people are commenting about the streaming being a little bit slow. Well, some were speculating that my low-quality video was causing the lack of speed on the stream. But I think now we can conclude that it's not my fault. So I readily accept the blame, but now it's like, well, maybe not. I'll never say never, though. Let's see. Bert, those pictures were really cool. Thank you very much for showing those. That was great. One of the things on my list of places to do is Australia. I've not yet made it there. Not sure if I'm going to, but we shall see. I'll keep my fingers crossed. Ron, you were asking about the injections which I got. Yes, I got 2 Pfizer's and 1 Johnson & Johnson, and that was my doctor's recommendation because I had an adverse reaction to the Pfizer's. So I don't know. Now they're saying maybe I should get a 4th, but we'll figure it out. And I have one more thing. Let me reset first. Someone, I don't remember who, but someone was asking what would the fellows in the flooded cars say. Okay, I don't know for sure what they would say, but I know exactly what I would say. I would say, I told my wife we should have bought a 4-wheel drive truck. That's what I would say. A higher vehicle. Anyway, back to you, Dave, N7QO.
N7QO, let's try Wade again. W7ATS, see if this time it works.
W7ATS, can you hear me? Yes, we can, Wade. All right, let me get my input adjusted here. Just give me just a second here. It is not responding to my commands here. Hold on just a second here. It should be coming in now. Well, I'm just gonna let it go, and I'll just talk about the things that I got in my notes here. Can you guys? Oh, there we go. Finally, it's coming in. Great. So let me just repeat what I said last time, Ron. I didn't really get what you were talking about with the I-beams and but it sounds like you might have been talking about how the Skagit River. I don't know anything about. Actually, we'll come back to that later. So Jessica, I wanted to say, hey, I also like Space Odyssey. I'm a big fan. 2001. And let's see, Bert, I really enjoyed the presentation. Thanks for showing that. And Bob, yeah, I also live on a hill, very high up, so I don't think I'm ever going to be flooded. Lee, your audio sounded good in that last transmission you did. and I didn't get who you were talking about that was, that you knew that's in the same astronomy club as Bert. You have to get back to me and let me know what that was. Let's see. Richard, good on that you're holding the fort down and also maintaining your business and keeping on your suppliers and making sure they're getting their timelines done. Jen, let's see. You got your booster, but you got Johnson & Johnson, and I guess you have some type of reaction with the Pfizer. That sucks. Hopefully the Johnson is good and you don't have to get that fifth shot. So good luck on that. And let me hit this break again. James, I did not know that France was experiencing a new COVID variant, and it sounds like maybe Germany is also getting that same variant, but it's also getting hit like a tanker that they can't stop. And it sounds like you got your printer, Dave, fixed, and you got a bunch of stuff returned to the Goodwill or something like that. Good luck. Yeah, that was good that you got. I did a little cleaning as well today. I got all the boxes and stuff in my garage taken to the recycle. Helped out Ron, as I said, in the last round. And then I'll sign off here and say thank you, WW7ATS, John, for joining. And I'm glad you got to share a little bit about the flooding that's going on in your area. Hopefully it doesn't get you flooded. I don't know how your elevation is where you're at. So I'll turn the net back to Dave. This is W7ITL. Back to net.
W7ITL, thanks again. This is Dave, KD7ZYM in Lake City. And to John, I've been watching some stuff on educational television here in the Seattle area. And they've been having travel logs by plane to your wonderful country there in Australia. Gotta say, they really did you justice with the scenery and everything that you have to offer to the continent. What a beautiful travel log, and also utilizing trains to get around tourist sites. It's fantastic. Then we'll finish it off with John, DK2ATU.
Trying to send a chat message right when it's put across to me. So is the audio okay with you? Yeah. Alright, okay, thank you. Well, Bert, you've probably seen more of the study than I have actually. In that video. We were given vouchers for the bridge climb back last year as a wedding present. And of course with COVID we haven't been able to use them. But I believe it's quite an experience to walk up the top of that other bridge like that. Marvellous photography. And so I have a few notes here, but I'll probably save some of it for later. That's right. I was watching today an older TV documentary about amazing bridges around the world. I've had this documentary for a while. And one of the bridges was the Chesapeake Bay Bridge. And apparently I wish you guys know, it's so steep that some people are afraid to drive over it. So they pay someone to drive their car over one way, and then they hop back in and keep going. It's so steep, and then it goes back down again. And one of the other bridges was about the Washington Bridge, about how it carries the majority of traffic at the whole East Coast, and there's no way they could ever shut it down. Connected. What else was there? Yeah, with 2001 Space Odyssey, I'm a science fiction fan too. Absolutely love it. I think I've seen just about every science fiction film ever made. And I don't know whether anybody is a fan of the Stargate series, but I've got all the DVDs, all the movies. Absolutely amazing. But sci-fi people don't seem to like it, because when you see a review on it, it's only usually 1 star. I think it was an amazing series. Alright, that's probably about to getting more, but I can ask a couple more questions later. I believe we're going live on YouTube. You might like to tell me what the name of the channel is that we're going live at on. We're just interested to know. So, back to you, David. That's controller. WW7ATS. Standing up.
EK2, ATU, and hell has come on, saying that the net is over. Unfortunately, this is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society net. On the 08 machine, I'd like to thank the owners and operators of the 08 machine for allowing us to utilize the 08 repeater for our voice transmissions for our nets held on Wednesdays and Saturdays between 8 and 9 o'clock. On behalf of the Western Washington Amateur Television Society, good evening all. This is Dave, KD7, CYM.